Good morning. I feel like it's a jump scare for you guys when we start our day off when I have this towel on my head. I don't know if that's much better. Hi, welcome back. My name is Sarah. If you are new here, taking you along for another day. I obviously took a shower this morning. I hate shower days where I have to wash my hair. It's long. I recently cut 4 inches off and it's still long and it's so thick. I also got it thinned, but it is so thick. I feel like blow drying it today though. So that's what I'm going to do and kind of get ready with you. I already did moisturizer, but after I get ready, we're gonna start with school. Okay, so I just put a little of this in my hair. It's Tea Tree Special Hair and Body Moisturizer. It's just, my hair has been really dry. They use this at the salon and I really liked it, and so I got some. And it smells good. And then I'm using this Revlon brush. It's not my favorite thing in the world because it pulls my hair sometimes, but I don't use it often because I don't like to use heat on my hair. I just don't want to deal with my hair. So recently I learned that there's a name for it. It's called Irish curls, but the front of my hair is like straight when it dries, but then back in here, all of this gets curly. And unless I do something, it just looks like I don't care about my hair. And today I'm just feeling like actually doing something. So I'm gonna use this, dry my hair most of the way anyway. I'm shedding and there's hair everywhere. And then we're going to do school, and then I think we're going to go to the library and get a library card and ask them if they have any like programs that we can participate in as like a homeschool family or toddlers or all of that. So okay, I'm gonna get on with this.
So pretty much I just start out by brushing my hair. This is going to help it kind of dry a little bit more so that it's more manageable. In a perfect world, I would keep my hair in the towel and let it dry even further and then blow dry it to finish it out, so it'll be like damp dry, and then finish it with the blow dryer, but I just didn't have time for that this day. So pretty much just brushing all around. I'm sure there's actually a technique you're supposed to use with this thing, but I just roll it around. I don't even know how to explain it. And then I brush it with the direction that my hair is parted at first, but then I do just brush everything backwards. This helps to give it volume and dry it in a different way, I guess, just like have the heat apply to the hair strands in a different way. And then I do flip it over and just run it through upside down a couple times, not very much, but just enough to kind of get those like under hairs a little bit. And then I go in and do piece by piece. So similar to when I curl my hair, I do it in sections. I do the same when I am drying my hair, and it doesn't always get perfectly done. There's a lot of times that I dry my hair and gets to the point where it's almost dry but not 100% dry, because it does take quite a bit of time. And the reason I have the brush blow dryer instead of a regular blow dryer is my hands could never hold a hair dryer up that long for me to use it. I've always loathed blow drying my hair. It just looks so much better when it's done, and I should do it more often.
I don't know when my camera shut off. This is the final product. Something I've always hated about drying my hair is it gets a little poofy. I'm gonna put a little hair oil and then fix these like little hairs here that you probably can't even see on the camera, but yeah, that took like 20 minutes since I started, but I had a few interruptions, so I'd say like maybe 15 minutes. But again, I have fairly long hair and very thick hair. I just have some jojoba oil that I bought from Amazon that I'm putting on mostly the ends. I'll brush my hand through all of my hair though to get like up here, and you can kind of like see the difference. It tames it down a little bit. I did cut 4 inches off my hair. I'm trying to get rid of this like lighter color here. I stopped coloring my hair 3 years ago now, and so like this is how much it's grown in those 3 years, and I'm just trying to get rid of all the like remaining color without having to do a mom chop, because I need to stop messing with my hair. You guys are probably getting annoyed. I did the mom chop after Ryder was born and I hated it. Now I have hair all over the place. To probably use a lint roller. Okay, and then I have these little baby hairs up here that stick up, and I just have some of this hair. I don't even know what it's called. Kind of like gel. You know, some people use gel for their eyebrows to help like hold their eyebrows in place. This is similar. It's meant for these little like flyaway hairs. I bought it in 2020. Should I be still using it? I don't know. It hasn't done anything bad to my hair. I'm going to do just a little bit of makeup. I have the Maybelline Total Temptation brow pencil thing in brow definer in soft brown. And then I have the Total Temptation mascara. That's all I do. Sometimes I'll put like a tinted lip gloss on. I'm not going to do that today. Sometimes I wish that I were like more into makeup, because then I could like cover up these breakouts that I'm having, but also I think makeup just harms your breakouts a little bit more. So the brow brush has this, or the brow pencil thing has this little brush with it, and then I just kind of darken it with the thing. It's hard to look on there though. Nothing too crazy, just a little darker to fill in like the empty spot. I haven't had my eyebrows like professionally waxed in probably like 10 years or so. I used to have a wax thing and did it myself, but now I just pluck, and that results in the shape not always being the greatest. But who cares, right? I think I was given boys to birth, because I am definitely not like a girl's girl. A girly girl. We're ready for school. It's been so long. It's just about noon. Okay, so I got ready. I made coffee. We did school. The boys did a craft, which I'll show you guys later because it's really sweet. After that, it was already 10 o'clock. We did school for quite a while today. It was already 10 o'clock, so we went to the library and got a library card, like a family library card. We played for a little bit. They had a train table and like train sets and little trucks and such. And then we picked out a couple Halloween books, came back home, read the books, had lunch, and the boys just lay down for quiet time. All I want to do is go read my book, but I really should probably work on editing a video. So I think I'm going to set a little timer for myself, edit a video for a bit, and then go read for a while. And then this afternoon, after quiet time, I need to look at the weather because it's kind of cloudy and I feel like maybe it's going to rain today. But I need to do some stuff in the kitchen. I want to make a dessert. I want to make a breakfast for the boys. I want to boil some eggs. Like, I just have some stuff in there I'd like to get done. Anthony and I just decided today that we are not going to be going to Florida in October. We just feel like it would kind of be irresponsible to spend vacation level money right now. And at this time of year, you know, we are going camping this month, and then we're going to the pumpkin patch, and then it was going to be vacation, and then Ryder has a birthday, and then it's Christmas, and then it's my birthday, and it's just a really expensive time of year for us, and we don't feel like we should be adding more to that. We were going to be gone the week of Halloween. I didn't really mind because I'm not big on Halloween. I don't like scary stuff, and that's kind of like the whole premise of Halloween, and I thought my kids were too young to care. And so although Anthony's really into Halloween, like, we were like, okay, well, this is like the only time in October we could go anyway. Well, they've been making comments about trick-or-treating and wearing costumes, and they picked out Halloween books at the library today. And we're talking about it, and while we were there, one of the librarians mentioned that the city we moved to does a downtown trick-or-treating, and then you can go to the library and they have stuff that you can do. And it just like broke my heart that we weren't going to be here for like my kids to do that. And that was like the last straw. Like, we were already kind of on the fence. I haven't even planned, like, I had not made even reservations for anything yet for hotels on our way down or back. And usually I plan things like way in advance, and I hadn't, and I didn't know why I was lacking that motivation. But now I think I know that we just aren't meant to be going this year. I'm a little sad we aren't going to go to a beach, because I have been hoping, wanting, dreaming of taking my kids back to the beach since we went 2 years ago. It'll come unless I somehow magically get rich in the next month and then money is not an option. That's not gonna happen though. So I'll be back to share more with you once I decide to get my life together. All right, I got most of my video edited. Maybe that's not true. I have maybe like 40 more minutes to sift through filmed content that I need to like go through and actually edit, and then do the voiceover and add music and upload it and do the thumbnail and the description and all of that. So I'm getting closer. Today's Tuesday, that one will go up on Wednesday. So I will finish that tonight when the boys go to bed. I was ahead on editing, like I would be editing a video that didn't come out for at least like 3 days, if not a whole week. But I have fallen behind and just not gotten caught up because it takes a lot and it's kind of tiring, and then my eyes start to hurt from looking at the computer screen. But the boys are over here coloring. They switched seats today. I'm going to work on some things in the kitchen. So first I'm going to make a brownie mix. I got this brownie mix from the farmer's market in Ames, like I think it's been like almost 2 months now. But it is a gluten-free peanut butter brownie mix.
I would like to take a quick moment to apologize for how chatty I am again today. Okay, so this mix, you just mix up the brownie mixture, I guess, with vanilla and some melted butter and some water. And then you don't actually mix the peanut butter inside, you just put it on top. So I greased my 8x8 and put the brownie batter in there. And then I had to put some peanut butter into a microwave safe dish and melt it. And then you pour it on top and swirl it around. Now, we didn't like these brownies. I don't know if it was the brownie itself or the addition of the peanut butter that wasn't necessary or what was going on. We actually only ate 4 brownies out of this whole container, and the rest of them went into the garbage. My kids didn't even like them. And it's not that you could taste the gluten-freeness of it, because that wasn't the problem. It was just the overall taste. They were kind of bitter. So that would have to do with the chocolate that's in it, right? I don't know. I won't be buying that again. Anyway, and then I am moving on to making some pancakes, or not pancakes, pumpkin waffles. So I have this homemade pancake mix that I use, which is just a mixture of 4 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then mixing in some vanilla, some cinnamon, sugar, an egg, and some milk until it's the consistency that I like. And then putting it on the waffle irons. I have one small like dash waffle iron, and then this bigger one that I got, I think at a garage sale when I was in high school, like prepping for college. And I just did both of them at the same time. My kids don't really care that much. Ryder actually wanted the big ones. And I just kept going until the batter was done. We actually ended up eating these for dinner this night because, the boys did, because they were sitting there at the table while I was doing this, and Ryder was just so excited. And Ryder ate 2 of the big waffles. I was like, well, so much for saving them to freeze. But to freeze, I just take some parchment paper, put it in between the waffles so that they don't stick together when they freeze. You could also lay them all in a single layer line on a baking sheet and put it in your freezer and then put them in the bag later. But I didn't have the time, patience, or the freezer space for that. So I just use the parchment paper and it works out really well, and then throw it in the freezer after they are completely cooled. You don't want to throw them in the freezer when they are still a little warm, or the condensation on the inside of the bag will freeze, and then you'll get ice crystals inside the bag, and it just gives it like a freezer burnt kind of taste. So then I went downstairs and started some laundry. I recently mentioned this, but I've been adding a little bit of bleach to each load, and I think it's just making things get a little cleaner. And then here's the apple tree handprint craft things that the boys did that I had mentioned. And while I was down here, I did decide to go ahead and pick up for the boys. They did this like 1.5 years ago, where they just get obsessed with dumping everything out. It was about the time Ryder was the age Noah is now. So I think the culprit is mostly Noah, and it's just, part of them being kids. No big deal. But I did decide to go ahead and clean it up for them this day. Otherwise, every single day if he's dumping it out, they're the ones picking it up with just a little bit of assistance and guidance from us. But I was feeling like being mom nice this day and just getting it done for them while they were playing. But they did end up coming down. They had still been upstairs. They ended up coming down as I was towards the end. And it's always nice to have these little snuggles and to capture them on camera, because if I don't have my camera out, I remember that he snuggled me, but it's just kind of nice to have that. And then I moved on to switching the laundry from the washer and the dryer. Our washer cycle doesn't take that much time, so by the time I was done cleaning the playroom, it was actually ready to go.
I see it in your eyes.
Then I went back upstairs and I am getting some black beans in this jar. I remembered I needed to rinse them first, so I put them in the strainer and rinsed them off and then put them back in there with water. These are for canning, and this jar actually ended up not being big enough, and it was a pain in the butt to get them all out the next day when I went to can them. So definitely not using this small of a jar for 2 bags of beans again the next time that I do it. And they just have to sit overnight before you actually can them. And then the last thing that I did for the day was I've had these Halloween lights, orange lights, that I picked up at Menards when they were on sale quite a while ago, and I just didn't really know where to put them. And I thought the boys would enjoy some lights down here, so I just hung them on a wall. Does it kind of look like a college apartment? Yeah, sure. Do I care? No. Did it make my kids happy? Absolutely it did. So it's not super aesthetic, but we like them. It's really nice, like even when the blinds are open or the shutters are open and the lights are on, but then they like shutting the lights off and having it glow down there. So it was a good decision, I think.
Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get...
That's everything I have for you today. Thanks for hanging out. I did want to share for anybody with small kiddos, we chose to do the 1,000-hour outside challenge this year. It starts whenever, but in January is when it's supposed to start. It's just an app. You pay like $3 one time, and then you can use it unlimited times. And it's pretty much just a timer with a calendar, and it keeps track of how many hours, minutes each day you've spent outside, each month, and total for the year. So far for the month of September, we are at 21 hours and 2 minutes. And overall for the year, we're at 427 hours and 37 minutes. Obviously, we're not going to make it to 1,000 hours, but I can guarantee you that before we had the timer and like the visual reminder of how much we're getting outside, we were maybe doing half of that year, which is horrible. But think about it, there's 365 days in a year, and we're already at 427 hours, so that's more than an hour a day outside average. So I'm happy with where we're going. We do still have time left in the year, obviously, to get that number up, and then we can do it again next year and the year after. And it's really a visual reminder to see, you know, like in example, the month of May, we were outside every single day, but then June, there were a few days we weren't. July, we only missed 4 days. August was really spotty. There's a lot of rain, and there's also a lot of hot, but so far in September, we've gotten outside every single day. And yeah, so just wanted to give an update on that. I kind of touched on it a little bit in a previous video. So anyway, that's really all I have for you today. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always